Hello, so for my paper I did Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I mainly focused on the fact that a new actor was cast for Dumbledore, with Richard Harris passing away after the filming of the second movie, and Michael Gambon, this guy, being cast as Dumbledore for the third one and for the rest of the films, and how he brought a new twist to the role. Additionally, the movie had a new director. The first two movies were directed by Chris Columbus, and this one was directed by Alfonso Cuarón. And he brought a darker tone to the films that we had not seen in the first two, with the first two having like a childlike innocence to them, and this one being a lot darker. Now, my thesis is that it's the best of the Harry Potter movies because of that darker tone, and also for the fact that the actors were given a lot more free rein to express their characters through their clothing. The majority of the movie, the main trio are wearing just everyday clothes, like clothes that they picked out. And we had not seen that in the other two movies, where they were, the majority of the time, they were wearing their uniforms. And even in the scenes in this movie that they are wearing the uniforms, they're allowed to express their characters through the way they wear the uniform. So Hermione wears hers all perfect with, her tie done and everything exactly how it's supposed to be, while Ron a lot of times is missing certain parts of the uniform. It's very messy, and Harry's somewhere in between. And so we see a lot more of their character in more subtle ways through their clothing, and that adds a lot more to their characters. Additionally, the transition from childhood innocence to a more mature theme in this movie is also with Harry having this overall, being in danger throughout the entire movie with this threat of Sirius Black, versus in the other movies it was like one big bad fight at the end of the movie. One scene where he is in imminent danger, versus this, there's this lingering threat of danger. That's something we haven't seen before. I thought the technology in this movie was actually really good, although that's a very bad picture. The movie used CGI really well. I mean, the movie came out in 2004, and yet the CGI in this movie is a lot better than even, newer movies, with The Flash and stuff like that. You see, the Hippogriff, which obviously is the flying creature that Harry rides, and the Whomping Willow. I mean, there's an entire scene where they pretty much fight the Whomping Willow, trying to get at the secret entrance at the base of the tree. And they're whipping around on the tree, being attacked by it, and it's really good use of CGI, and as well as Hogwarts itself is obviously made entirely CGI, and I thought the movie did a really good job of using technology to enhance the magical aspects of the world. But so for the reception of the movie, this is again the darker tone of the movie, and this was the first one to go in that darker tone, and a lot of people enjoyed that because it's moving away from, again, the childlike innocence of the first two movies, and people thought that the choice of director was really good to show this transition from childhood to the more mature and darker material of the later books and movies, with obviously things getting darker and darker and more serious as the movies go on from this point. So many people argue that this is the best of the Harry Potter movies because of that. Yeah.